And you know, whatever that we've talked about, finding out who's your audience, why you want to
Mm.
share, and the content of your message, that is actually just a foundation. The next level
Uh-huh.
is then how do you present it? How do you use your
Oh,
voice and your body to present your message?
how? Okay,
Yeah,
so we have
how?
settled the why. Now here's the how.
So the how, I mean, obviously with online, because of latency and everything, we do have to
Okay.
speak slower. But
I
not, but
see.
but then not too slow until people fall asleep.
Like the sloth, right?
Yeah, the ooh. And like what Rain said is correct. Actually speaking online is a good way for us to really tune into how the way we speak, the way we present ourselves, how fast we are talking, and how clear we are talking. Yeah,
Yes.
because I think a lot of times, we take speaking as for granted. That the
Uh-huh.
quality of voice you use, like Emily says, twang. Twang is basically like this kind of sound, like so,
Oh,
and we always hear like, I mean, we hear if I,
that sounds like
where
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck, like a duck speaking, but there are people who speak like this real life, right? Sometimes some uncle aunties will do that. Ah boy, 过来, ah boy, 过来这里. you know and some
Okay.
people do speak like this online, and I mean do use this quality of speech, so it's very important to be aware of how you're using your voice online. How you want
Mm.
do you want to speak in a higher pitch like this, or do you want to lower down your pitch,
Ah.
and how clear, how fast you want to speak, so that your audience can understand what you're saying, and also
Mm.
understanding what words you want to emphasize on. Sometimes by
Ah.
emphasizing on the wrong words, you can be perceived wrongly.
Mm.
And we
The,
and
the,
we and it's very and we have seen that, for the past 1 week when we hear politicians talk, when they emphasize on the wrong word, they sound like they're scolding you.
oh, hey, you're reminding me of one. Okay. Are we allowed to mention politicians' names?
I think, yeah, I think kind of today voting day already. I think we can talk about it. Yesterday was cooling off day,
Yeah.
so we
Hey,
just will talk about it.
just to make sure we won't get thrown into prison or what, right?
I mean,
So
yeah, I mean everything is out there on social media.
okay, so guys, we are not influencing your vote. We are just sharing like how people speak, and for example, politicians speak a lot more recently because of the general elections.
Mm.
So on the campaigns, right? So yeah, maybe Joel, like, is there any politicians in particular that you would like to share?
I'm just gonna share the tab. So we just watched a quick video together, alright? So let's just watch this video, interesting video, and we go.
Dear residents of Marymount SMC, thank you for your support. Marymount may be a new SMC, but many of you have lived here for a long time. PAP MPs have been serving you and walking with you the journey right from the start. We have built one of the best and most beautiful towns in Singapore. We have forged strong community bonds through the years.
We'll stop right there.
Ooh, okay.
So
So once again, we
what?
look at the learning point.
Yep. So what is the first impression of her when you hear her speaking like that?
Like Rain, I feel like she's kind of taking a pledge. It sounds very formal. She sounds confident, serious, and I will feel that it's a bit too stern for my liking lah.
Do you feel like she's scolding you?
Yeah, that's the part I feel that it's a bit too stern, lor. Like, have I done anything wrong, and why are you
Yeah,
scolding
那
me?
无缘无故被骂的感觉
I mean, I do feel that lah. But because I know that she's not speaking to me, then I was like, oh, okay, you scold other people, lor, don't scold me, Harry.
But imagine if you were there right at the spot at that point in time, watching her speaking face to face, right? It is actually, I think it does sound very fierce. And there are reasons why
Uh,
why she comes across as very fierce. It's because number one, the tone that she's using, the tone that she's using, and the words that she's emphasizing on, right?
the
And
重音.
yeah, the 重音, and it's very important to emphasize on the right words. If you emphasize on the wrong words, the meaning of the line can be changed totally.
Yeah.
So I actually
And,
type out the text that she spoke. So could you just share it,
okay. Sure.
everyone? Yep. So
Okay.
as you can see, the words highlighted in bold are the words that she emphasized on. So in the
Alright,
first
thank
line, she
you.
says thank you, and you, MP, serving you, right, start.
Yes. I remember the start. The word start
Right?
was especially
It was
loud.
very strong, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
after that, she said, best Singapore, strong, through, vote. serve, vote, together, build, better, future. So it's interesting that if I take everything out, right, if I only leave in the words that she emphasized on, right, it will only be like this.
Okay.
And it's important to emphasize on the right words, because the right words will give you the right words. If you emphasize on the right words, it's supposed to give you the right message. Rain says I type very fast. Thanks. Yes, I do.
Our politicians should be here.
Yeah. So if you just look at this, whatever they have shown on the screen, this is what you are getting orally when you hear from her, you know. Thank you, you, serving you, right, start, best, Singapore, strong, through, vote, serve, vote, together, future.
Yes.
That doesn't make much of a sense, right?
And also once again, to me, it's like the emotions feel not so relaxing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she's nervous, you know, she's tense. I think she wants to come across as she's in control, in command, and she's confident.
Okay.
And
Yep.
and there's a fine line to balance, you know. And on top of that, if you don't emphasize on the right words, you're not getting your message across. So this is really what I want to share with you guys. You know, in acting, we talk about, you know, when we receive a text, we look at the operative words. So operative words are words that, basically in one line, what is the most important word of the sentence, and
Okay.
that word should summarize that whole sentence.
Just now in one of the sentence, you said choosing the right words. So obviously these two words are probably the most important two words in your entire sentence.
Yeah, correct. You're right. So I'm good. So if you could show the screen one more time, I actually chose new words for her to choose. Same speech, but new words
Okay.
right now. So first line,
Thank you.
because that's the most important thing. Then after that, you know, Marymount, new SMC, but long. When they're serving and walking, beautiful towns, community bonds, vote, serve, PAP, better future. Does this message make sense to you right now?
I think to me it's not about just making sense, but at least I feel better. And when as an audience, when I feel better, I tend to have better impression, or I like you a bit better. Because come on, sometimes we don't use our brains to vote, right? We use our emotions.
Yes. And obviously her tone of voice, I mean, is very important, because she wanted to come across as confident. Her body was tense, you know, she wasn't breathing very deeply. So knowing who your audience is will naturally change the tone of your voice. And coupled with that, you have to emphasize on the right words. Before that, you know, her line, she was emphasizing a lot on you and you and you. And if you think about it, right, the last time where someone keeps doing this to us, right, is when we are scolded by our parents and scolded by our teachers, right? Hey, why you keep doing this? I tell you so many times to you, you still keep doing this. Why you don't listen to me?
What is your problem?
Yeah. So that's why it feels like she's scolding us, because she's emphasizing on the wrong words. If she emphasizes on the right words, the message comes across naturally already. Yeah.
Rain suggested,
No.
be a voice coach for MP instead.
Voice code, yes, this I don't mind. Yes, that's a good one.
Okay.
Hire me, I will train you
This year
up.
Yeah. Okay, you might be a very good politician, you might be a very good teacher, you know, you have a heart of gold, but if your message cannot be put across effectively, accurately, and people misunderstand you, would you agree that a lot of this of your values tends to be not able to convey to the audience?
Yeah, it will be misconstrued. And first impressions are very important, you know, how people perceive you at the right from very start. It takes a lot to rewrite the first
Yes.
impressions.
Oh, not easy.
It's not easy, yeah. It takes
Yes,
a lot
present
of
your
effort
idea
to
of that.
redo that, you know. And but you know, I just want to share just a bit of a speech again.
Sure.
So subsequently, she did have other speeches that she did, and you could see how her tone and her voice actually changed.
Because she engaged your coaching for vocal.
No. Wait. No, she didn't engage me. So I just want to share a bit of her speech right now when she's talking in a different setting, and you could see how her tone and her body language has changed.
Okay.
I'd like to thank you for your encouragement and moral support to keep me and my team going. I also hope that you have gotten to know me
It has
better.
changed a lot, right?
I am grateful to the residents who shared with me their stories and feedback, be it in jobs, estate improvement, support for elderly, or government policies.
Okay, enough already.
I feel that she's a different person from
She
just
is.
now.
She's so different. Her tone has changed. It has mellowed, and she's more relaxed. You know, her eyes are more relaxed. She's not like
And,
staring at you. Her eyes are more relaxed.
and when
Her
you are more
body,
relaxed, you will remember to breathe.
yeah, she's
Wow.
breathing. Her body is moving. She's using gestures very confidently, and this doesn't take away her confidence. You could hear every single word that she says.
Still confident, but more amicable,
Yeah,
more
more friendly, more
approachable.
approachable. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's important to understand that the way we use our voice can really influence how people perceive us. Yeah, and it's very and you know and sometimes just being aware of who you're talking to, being understanding your audience and how
Mm.
you engage them, you know, and then that will change a lot already. Yep, she's nodding, she's smiling because right now she's talking to a different audience. I think she has a
Okay.
better understanding of how to engage her audience at this point in time.
So that's the effect of engaging Joel as a vocal coach. You can
No,
speak much better.
I think what I'm really passionate about is helping people to be aware of what they're doing and the different
Yes.
changes, that they can do to help themselves to present themselves better. Yeah. And I think it is very important in this day and age as we are all doing live streams, I mean we are teaching, some of us are doing webinars, some of us are selling things
YouTube
online,
videos.
YouTube videos and everything. It's important to be able to know how you want to come across, to people and how to do that.
Of course, in different contexts, with different message, and also as different audience, we have to adopt different speaking style, presentation
Mm.
style. So I'm just guessing that's also an area that you're able to help your
Yeah,
students.
yeah, body language is important because sometimes some people smile a lot. Like sometimes when they're
Okay.
nervous, they tend to smile and giggle. Yeah, and they might not be aware of that.
Yes, yes.
So it's very important to have a third eye to look at what you're doing, what you're saying and how you're saying and what you're doing.
Yes.
There's a lot of things, a lot of factors to
Yeah,
manage
you're right.
all.
In fact, in all areas of life, having a coach who can actually help you tell you what you are doing unconsciously. You know the system called blind spots.
Yeah,
You might be good in what you're doing, but you're just never aware of your mistakes and you just keep on repeating the same mistake. And you are not able to change and improve it by yourself because they are your blind spots. You don't even know it exists. So we all have
correct.
our own blind spots. Okay. So of course having a coach will allow us to get a feedback. And also the next thing is ways to improve lah, becoming more effective lah. Oh, hire
Thanks,
Joel as your
Rain.
voice coach.
Rain, do you want to hire me?
Yay! Right.
Yeah, so I hope that this evening session is useful and helpful to everyone who's watching this. That you're
Yes.
able to gain some tips away, and you
Definitely
find
useful for
ways
me.
to. That's great. Yeah, I think and because I think it is useful for everyone because we use our voice to speak, to
Yes.
communicate and to be a better and we want to be better communicators, and it's important for us to really
I'll
understand
keep
our
this here.
voice, and and how to use it to be a better communicator. Yeah.
Mm,
And the more you do it, the easier it becomes because you get more practice. Yeah, and you
yeah.
learn more things as well because you learn from your own mistakes.
And
And
you also get to share your message to the world.
yep.
Yeah, there are going to be people who benefit from it. Lah. They are called the right audience.
Yeah, correct. The right
Mm,
audience will come to you and then they will gain value from a message and then you're able to really impact their lives with what you are sharing. Yeah. So I hope that for those who are still watching us, this evening, thank you for joining in. I hope that you found value in whatever that we shared. That I hope that we're entertaining
yeah.
as well.
Oh, I certainly hope so. So once again, help me support my YouTube channel by clicking subscribe to Teacher Ku.
Yes, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop me a message. You can follow me on my Facebook page, and IG handle. My handle is iamjoel.low, Low. So feel free to just drop me a message anytime, and I will try my best to respond back to you. Yeah, that's what we have
So,
today. And right now, I'm going to go and check out the election results. It'll be out at. I mean,
oh,
I think they'll do their streaming at 8 p.m. onwards. So yeah,
okay,
so
it's time
exciting.
for polling results then. All right, thank you.
All right,
Bye
bye.
bye.